Guys, it's a big day today. We're at Off-Road Adventures at Durhamtown. This is the most incredible off-road facility on the planet. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you the whole place. Guys, this is the turbo track. It's called the turbo track for a reason. The minimum speed is 40 miles an hour. There's a video, a new track record was set here recently with a top speed of damn near close to 100 miles an hour. You got to see this. Guys, they own over 30,000 acres here. 6,800 of it is all motocross tracks. There are 17 tracks here, from mini tracks to full-on national caliber tracks where they have races. It's like nothing I've ever seen. This is Disneyland for dirt bikes. 150 miles of groomed trails that are like riding an endless motocross track through the woods. It's absolutely unbelievable. They have 35 to 70 people that work here full-time maintaining these tracks. Probably 4 or 5 times what the average national track has, and you'll never get bored here. You can ride all day long. It would take you 2 days of riding all day just to cover each of the trails, and you could start over and never get bored. If you want to become a better rider, if you've got a wife and kids and you want to take the whole family here, this place has been designed for women and children in mind. They have a full ATV service center. They have a full pro shop. It's almost like a ski resort. You can rent anything you want here. You can rent ATVs, you can rent motorcycles, you can rent mini bikes. If you fly here to the Atlanta airport, which is an hour and a half away from anywhere in the world, you can come here with nothing and rent everything you want to ride. They have full ATV, side-by-side, motocross, pee-wee track. They have a Jeep park for off-road Jeeps at 600 acres. It's absolutely incredible. I am going to be coming back here many times. I can't believe it took me 58 years to find this place. If you've got an RV and all your motorcycles, they have full RV hookups, 50 amp hookups, like a nice campground. They have a restaurant, they have a bar, they have a pro shop, they have bachelor parties here, they have weddings here. This is a massive facility. One of the best parts about this place is the history. This place has been in the same family. Mike, the guy who retired, who used to own and run the place, his great-great-great-great-great-grandfather came over, I think on the Mayflower, I'm not really sure, but he actually fought in the War of 1776 alongside George Washington. This was formerly the Durhamtown Plantation, and it's been a hunting lodge, and now it is a mecca of off-road trails and tracks like nothing you've ever seen. This is the turbo track, guys. There's a video, I'll put a link to it in the comments, of a new record set here on a 200 and something horsepower turbo side-by-side where the guy was averaging probably 75, 80 miles an hour. Incredible. If you're a beginner or whether you're a seasoned pro, there's something here for you. There's something for everybody. I'm here with the best job in the world. He's a professional trail tester. He's on a motorcycle. He has a YZ450 to test the track to make sure it is right. Eric, tell us a little, how big is the turbo track?
The turbo track is a 1.6 mile dirt rut course with nice turns, a few jumps. I mean, if you're a side-by-side racer or driver, you want to ride this track, trust me.
Guys, this track is absolutely amazing here. If you have a Raptor, let's say a turbocharged Raptor or a TRX Ram, you could bring your truck here and send it on this track. Only one requirement, don't go under 40 miles an hour. My kind of track. Guys, they come ripping out of this corner and hit this lip here at like 70 miles an hour and fly down this straightaway up to upwards of 90 miles an hour. If you got a Ram TRX or you got a supercharged side-by-side, there's no place on the planet better than this. The new track record was set here. When he set the record, he hit this lip right here doing about 75 miles an hour and got it up to 98 miles an hour on GPS on this track. I think it was a minute 21, the new track record, and that is moving. Guys, I told you this place was designed with the women and children in mind. This is the pee-wee track. This is the most incredible pee-wee track I've ever seen. It's Monday, but today, for these kids, it's fun day. There's a young lady right there, future mom, who will be here with her kids, I'm sure. I've never seen a pee-wee track like this. It's absolutely incredible. This is as big as some motocross tracks as I've seen back home. Pit bike races here too, and this is designed just for the kids. There's no adults allowed out here unless it's a pit bike organized race. They've got bleachers, and you're surrounded by the most incredible motocross tracks I've ever seen. So the Pee Wee track is the slowest track. The fastest track is the turbo track. Let me go show you the 16 tracks in between. They even have a podium for the kids track here because they have a Durhamtown MX race series. Guys, I got to show you the map of the place here because it's really too much to take in one day. On the dirt tracks, they have 19 dirt tracks. You've seen a couple of them. The Pee Wee MX. They have an Armadillo track, a Pro MX track we're going to look at later, a rhythm track. They have a full Pro Arena Cross track, MX1 for intermediates, MX2, MX3 is the woods track. They have motocross tracks out in the middle of the woods. They got a beginners, an intermediate, MX4, 5, 6, the turbo track, which I just showed you, a rhythm track, the flat track if you're a flat track racer, a woods course. They even have a drag strip here. Come on, guys. Where else? See this? Let me tell you, nowhere. I've been all over the country. There's nothing else like this. And see this trail right here that we're looking down? This is the D trail. That's on the map right here. I'll show you in a second. One trail of miles, 150 miles of trails. This is D trail right here, just to give you an idea. It runs all the way to the other side over here. This is absolutely unbelievable. There's no way we could cover it. It would take you 2 full days of 10 hours a day to cover all the trails. I can't cover it all in a 15-minute video, but I'm gonna give you an overview. Come check it out yourself. Fly down to the Atlanta airport, take an Uber over, rent a cottage, rent a motorcycle, and give it a whirl. You'll be back. Guys, 19 tracks. They have, just for motorcycles, 13 single tracks, over 100 miles of single track. And it's a single track unlike anything I've ever seen before. There's elevation changes. It's groomed. They have 35 guys out here running machines, maintaining this, and there's no garbage anywhere. This place is absolutely spotless. Eric, what's it like after being here for years?
Well, let's put it this way. I have lived and worked on the property now for just under 2 years, and I still, every day, I never get bored of riding the place. And there are, believe it or not, there's a few spots in the park I still haven't put wheels on. After that much time.
After 4 years.
And I was coming here ever since 2016, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a year for multiple days at a time. So to come for that amount of time, and then to live and work here for that amount of time, and to still never be bored and still be excited to go out and experience it and ride it every day, that says something to me.
Amen. I had to get out and film this because it's too good to be true. You've got trails D, E, E1, E2, E3, F. This makes the average ski resort like Mount Tom or something look like an amateur designed it. This is incredible. You've got the fast track, you got the hill climb, you got the single track, you've got the moose trails. I think I hear angels singing. This is dirt bike heaven. And it's not just for dirt bikes, it's for side-by-sides, ATVs. You got a big 4x4 Ram 700 horsepower TRX, and if you want to see if you can beat the record of 98 miles an hour on the track, go for it. I have no idea where I am. I'm out in the middle of the woods, but I do know I'm at call box 11. So we open it up, and I grab the radio, and I call, and I say, hey, Eric, can you tell Junior Senior is lost in the middle of the woods? He's having a senior moment. Send someone out to call box 11. He's obviously lost his mind, and we need to get someone to get him back here. Or, oh, I ran out of fuel. Oh, or I got a flat tire. Because not only can you call for support or for a way out if you get lost, which could, even though the trails are well marked, but if you have a problem with your vehicle, Eric, you guys are equipped to help people out here too, right?
Exactly. If you have an accident, if you damage your vehicle, if you flat tire, run out of gas, any reason whatsoever, if you just need information, you can find one of our 16 different call boxes on the property, open the box, turn on the radio. They're linked to every employee's radio, and we can assist you with whatever you need.
And if you did get a flat tire, pick you up and bring you back to the pro shop and put a new tire on the bike, because they stock everything. Their pro shop was actually the #1 for Thor, the #1 for 100% goggles. At one time, the #1 for Scott, the #1 brick and mortar store in the country. Why? Because people come here and they need riding gear. They'll have 1,200 riders here on a typical Saturday. So if you need race fuel, you need tires. Heck, if you need an ATV, a side-by-side, or even a dirt bike to rent, they'll rent you a bike, they'll sell you gear, they'll rent you gear, whatever you need. It's like I said, it's dirt bike heaven. This is one of the safest facilities because it's one way. I got in a head-on accident on the railroad tracks when I was a kid. We used to ride on the rail trail. You can only go one way on this. They will ask you to leave the property if you don't follow the rules. They're pretty strict about the rules, but it's all for safety. And this has got to be the safest, cleanest facility I've ever been at.
ever ride right over here.
Guys, if you like boulders, they don't want the rental bikes going up here because it can do a lot of damage, but they've got this thing called Boulder Ridge. It's all rocky. It looks like a typical New England hill trail, but actually American Honda was out here with their prototype bikes about 3 weeks ago, and they did a lot of filming right here, so this might look familiar if you're watching any of the Honda videos. If you want boulders, you want single track, you want a pee-wee track, you want flat track, you want to do drag racing, you want to do hill climbs, any type of terrain you can imagine, a sand track, this is the only place in the planet I know where it's all in one spot. It's the Daytona Bike Week of off-road riding. Speaking of Daytona Bike Week, we're only about 6 hours north of Daytona Bike Week, and there's no snow here, even though there is at home in Connecticut, and we're only about 15 hours from Connecticut, so it's a one-day drive from Connecticut. If you don't mind driving 15 hours or 6 hours from Daytona. About an hour and a half from the airport if you want to fly in, take an Uber over and rent. Guys, like I said, this property goes back to the Revolutionary War, where his great-great-great-grandfather fought with England for ownership of it, and it's still in his family. How many other pieces of property can... I mean, I had an incredible conversation with the previous owner of the property, Mike, and I have a special reverence with it. I'm going to try to do some fireside chats with him when we come back, because the history of this place needs to be told, because it goes back hundreds of years. It was originally a plantation, and then it was a hunting lodge, and then it was been farmland, it's been a plantation, and now it's off-road, ATV, side-by-side, motorcycle mecca. I don't know how I've never been to this place before. I know it's real popular. They have a map I'll show you where people all over the world have been here. I can't believe I didn't know about it. If you didn't either, put it on your bucket list. Come check it out. Guys, this is just a little snippet of the D Trail. These gently rolling hills right here, which you can double them if you're Cooper Webb or Chris Canning, maybe you triple them. Just an incredible place. If you're a GNCC rider or you're a beginner, any level. And the other thing too, you have the whole place to yourself on a Monday, and even when there are 1,200 riders here, there's 6,000 acres. So everybody's all spread out in 16 tracks. So it's not going to be over. You're just going to have a great time. I was just saying, I'm embarrassed that I didn't know about this place. How could I not know about dirt bike heaven?
Yes.
How did Disney on Dirt escape me for so long? I was just telling Eric, I wish I was 15 years old again so I could revolve my life around coming here to ride. I'm 58, but hey, you know what? Maybe I need to get off the couch and make a comeback, you know? Maybe this is the interest I need. Now, Eric owned a track. He owned his own private motocross track and gave it up to come live here. Like, changed his whole life because of this place. So I'll go as far as to say coming here could be a life change. Definitely something that you have to experience. Guys, why is there a sign that says new fast track? Because they've got an old 16 woods tracks. Hold on a second, hold on. Rentals, 6,000 acres of trails. Where else are you gonna be in the middle of the woods and see a off-road rental truck with a side-by-side, a 250F, and a Polaris 1000cc Razor come through? I'll tell you, down. Did I tell you they have a hill climb? Well, they do, and you're about to see it. If you're a hill climber, they got something here for you too. Summertime and the kids are hot. They got a swimming hole. I told you. With a rope swing.
With a rope swing.
They got an amazing lodge here. We'll show you that a little later. Stay tuned.
I want my own spot where I can build.
Guys, 6,800 acres of the most beautiful land I've ever seen. There's pine trees everywhere, flowering trees. It's still winter here. They don't really have snow at all, but a lot of the trees aren't fully bloomed yet, but it's just spectacular riding year round. Guys, if you're into hunting, they have a massive hunting facility here also. From September during hunting season till the end, you can come here and they've got incredible wildlife here. There's wild boar, there's wild turkeys, there's deer and all kinds of stuff, man. Bear, there's lions and tigers and bears. I already mentioned it, but I got to mention it again. A 600-acre Jeep park, specifically with trails and obstacles and everything designed for Jeeps, or big 4x4 side-by-sides.
There's the purple flowers I was talking about.
Guys, this is the hill climb here. I know cameras don't often do justice, but this will be difficult to walk up for sure. And on a motorcycle, it's a real challenge because the side-by-sides put these big ruts in here. And if you look at the wall up there, that wall is, I'm going to say it's 8 to 10 feet tall. There's no way out once you're halfway up here. These walls are 8 to 10 feet tall on each side. And there's a big rut in the middle, So there's only one way to go, and that's up or down. You can see somebody got stuck up here right by the top. There's a big hole right here, and they got hung up. That had to be pretty sketchy. Up at the top here, looking down, you can see there's 4 distinct trail ways to get up here. So actually 5. So you'll never get bored. Try to conquer all 5 of these. It's pretty sketchy walking down it. Guys, I thought it was just those 5. Those were just the first 5. There's 6, 7, 8, 9,
There's probably 20
10.
or more.
There's at least 20. So if hill climb's your thing, you can spend a whole day hill climbing. Even if it's not your thing, if you're going to compete in GNCC off-road events, you need to know how to climb these hills, man, under adverse conditions.
These are just the hill climbs in the E section. We have an R section of trails on the other end of the property that has hill climbs as well. So multiple hill climb areas.
And you've been here for years and you haven't ridden every square inch of it, have you?
I've not ridden every single thing on the property. Not yet. I really wish you had more than just one day to be here, because all you're going to get to see today is the tip of the iceberg. You're not going to get to see everything that we have to offer.
Well, might have to call a junior. Listen, son, we'll be back a couple days.
I did hear the weather is supposed to be 80 on Thursday.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a fox squirrel right there. I think.
More hill climbs.
Almost this whole run is just hill climbs to the left. Hill climbs to the left.
Out the wazoo. We stopped counting at like 22. Guys, we're down at the swimming hole. It kind of reminds me of Loretta Lynn's, man. They've got the rope swing right here, a big bank, and obviously it's deep enough to jump in. It's been excavated. It's at least 8-10 feet deep in the middle of the hole, and it's actually a river. You can see the bridge there and the water running through, so it's fresh, cold water, which is great on a hot summer day. They just had a whole bunch of rain here Saturday, so the water looks a little mucky, but it's normally clear. 2.
Something that we like doing out here at Durhamtown is we like having destination points. We like having a place where you can find out about this spot, you can figure out how to get to it, you can get to it and spend some time hanging out there. It's all part of the experience. You're not just riding, you're riding to a spot, hanging out, spend some time, maybe hit the rope swing, maybe have your lunch down here at the picnic table, spend an hour or so, pack up your stuff on your four-wheeler, your bike, or your side-by-side, and then get back on the trails and hit the next spot.
Our founder, Mike, who this was his brainchild, this operation, and hopefully we're going to do some fireside chats with him to talk about how this came to pass. He said this was designed with the women and the children because they are the seed of the future of the off-road community. This was designed as a family-friendly place. And as we drive through here, I feel like I'm in the nicest state park I've ever been in, but it happens to be only for ATVs, dirt bikes, and off-road. I mean, this is like this. I can't think of anything that even remotely matches what you guys have created here. And I can see why you gave up your private motocross track and dedicated your life to this and pulled up your roots and moved here. And you had the best job in the world, the test rider.
I feel like I do. I actually feel like I caught the dream. People say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I don't feel like I'm working. I feel like I'm just hanging out, having fun, and helping people have a better experience here at Off-Road Adventures at Durhamtown. You know, I came here for years before I actually live and work here now, and something that I couldn't get across to my friends and co-riders was, man, it doesn't matter how much I tell you about the place or the pictures or video I show you, you have to come here yourself and experience this to understand what it fully encompasses. It is unreal. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life.
Pause the video, go online, and make your reservations. Guys, to me, this is like finding out heaven on earth is real. It is. Heaven on earth is real.
You know, every day that I'm out here, I actually laugh to myself a little bit thinking, if I wasn't doing this, what would I be doing right now? I worked in the golf course industry. Instead of being out here enjoying this, I'd probably be fertilizing a fairway or rebuilding a bunker on the golf course. And trust me, that was work. It was fun, but it was work.
If you're in your 50s like me, And you see the clock ticking here on the next maybe 20 years of where you'll be physically able to do it. Punch out, take the early retirement, get a place at Durhamtown. Trust me, you won't regret it. Guys, we talked about the hunting season schedule. Here it is. This originally opened as a hunting lodge. It's 30,000 acres of the most premium southeast hunting you're gonna get in the United States of America. So give them a call if you're interested in hunting. Guys, we're at the entrance of the Moose Trail track. It's the longest single track, motorcycles only. So it looks like the perfect place to practice your GNC skills or just go out and have an awesome, relaxing time on the trail, not worrying about anybody else. And it's one way. No one's gonna be coming head on with you. Guys, 15 miles, one loop. Do that a couple times, you're good to go. We've been out. So you like Jeeps, right? This is entrance to Durhamtown Jeep Park #1. Why is it called Jeep Park #1? Hundreds of acres? Because there's the Durhamtown Jeep Park #2. 600 more acres. And it's not just for Jeeps, it's designed for Jeeps and specially built for Jeeps and graded for Jeeps by Jeep enthusiasts. But you can ride your adventure bike, your ATV, your whatever you got. You can ride anything down this trail, but it's designed for Jeeps. Guys, this place might be the cure for depression. Because, and the reason I say that is as I'm driving around here, I haven't had a smile on my face since the minute we hit the first trail. The place is incredible. Words and pictures can't describe this. You just got to come here and feel the presence of this place. It's multi-generational, private, but it's like a national park. Guys, this is the L Trail, one of the most scenic trails on the property. It runs alongside the river that goes down to the swimming hole. If you come here, make sure you hit the L Trail. If you come early in the morning, you're wild boars and wild pigs. And Eric was telling me he's seen a herd of 12 little baby ones running along. So there's a lot of wildlife here. Remember, this is originally a hunting lodge. And it's in acres. It still is a hunting lodge. As Christy just reminded me, it still is. But the main focus of this 6,000 acres is solely for ATVs, side-by-sides, and things like this Polaris Ranger, and dirt bikes, of course.
All right, this is the M Trail. The M Trail will lead to our original fast track and our new fast track. It's a cool trail on its own, but it's actually a gateway to something much more intense. You ain't even seen the GP track yet. That one's gonna blow your mind. It's so cool.
Guys, we've only showed you the primary trails. There's this thing called secondary trails, which are real single track, like you'd see in a GNCC, but not easy to film. Like I said, we're only gonna scratch the surface of what's here. This is the original fast track off of Trail M, and it's about a 5-mile loop, so you can run it like a track. Do a few laps around that, you'll be ready for break time. Beautiful countryside. It's beautiful. Guys, with snow on the ground up north, it just warms my heart to see this beautiful red Georgia clay ready to be sent to send it. Killer traction. And not much dust with the clay too. Guys, this is the new fast track. This is 3.5 miles long. Eric was saying he loves to take his 450 motocross bike out here because it's like a motocross track through the woods. It is. This is the fast track.
FX, kind of a woods race bike with a little different gearing and a little more plush suspension. And maybe a little bit shorter wheelbase.
Let's look at the elevation changes on the fast track. You can come up through here, 4th gear tapped, and hit these. They're jumps. They're jumps, and you can make rhythm sections out of it. And you'll never get bored because, heck, it's 3.5 miles. And this is just one of 17 tracks. Heaven.
It doesn't sneak up on you. You're doing 40 or 50, it'll sneak up on you. I have a technical name.
This is the N Trail.
But no, we're still on F.
Oh, it's F? That was N Trail?
This section up here, I call it the roller coaster.
The roller coaster.
Yep, and then you'll see why I call it that. I actually want to get our sign girl to make a sign that says that.
They call this the roller coaster because it is like a roller coaster.
Oh yeah, this is really cool.
Guys, this is the clearing where the call box is over there. And this is like a central link. You can go to the O trail here, as you can see. You can go to the P trail, the F trail, which goes straight, and there's the directions back to the lodge. So it's a massive loop. How you guys doing?
Everything good?
You guys having fun?
Yep.
Are you?
Yeah, we're having a great time.
I just want to check on you, make sure everybody's okay.
How long you guys been out on the trail for?
For like 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
You got the whole family here, huh?
Yep.
Where are you guys from?
Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Awesome. Great day to be outside, huh?
Yes, really nice.
You got 2 quads. You got a 1,000 here too.
Yeah, 1,850.
It's awesome to see the whole family out here.
Thank you.
Have a great time today.
You guys. Be safe.
Good luck.
Have a blessed day.
That was three generations there, guys.
Right there.
3 generations. We told you this place caters to the women, and there's Grandma out there riding on the trail, having a great time. Guys, this is Trails RQ, the Swamp Loop, 141 Loop, MX4, Trails QZT, VU, and Monster Mountain. Got to check that out. This is over to MX5, track 5 and 6. We will, on a separate video, have some riding videos of the tracks. We just want to give you an overview of the grandiosity of this place. It's really too much to take in one day. This is MX4. Check this out. This is one of the most fun tracks on the property.
This is where I get.
Guys, Eric says that this track right here, MX4, is the best track on the whole property if you want to learn how to jump. And I'll tell you why. This jump right here, as you can see, the track goes this way. There's no, it is a double, but the dip in the middle isn't like a penalty dip. If you case it, it's no big deal. So you come over that jump and you come railing around that corner down there and you hit that jump, and they're all safe jumps. So if you're a vet rider or you're a beginning rider, this is a nice step up where you can learn how to clear all these jumps. Big sweeping corner down there. Eric's an advanced expert rider who rides on average 10 hours a week, sometimes a lot more. So he probably puts in more seat time than anybody else I know. Eric, you also said you love riding this track too.
I love riding this track for multiple reasons. The rhythm and the flow, I really enjoy it. And if you're not willing to bite off a whole lot, if you're just kind of stepping into it, it's pretty safe, it's pretty fun. And if you're an advanced rider who really likes to go fast and jump, it does give you that sense of the rhythm and flow and the workout that you get from riding at a good fast pace.
One of the coolest things about this is you look around here, there's a pine forest, and this is like a little paradise motocross track in the middle of 60,000 acres. Sorry, 30,000 acres. Might as well be 60,000 acres, but it's like a little paradise. You ride down this trail, and here you are, an MX4
Like
track.
MX Oasis, so to speak.
It is in the middle of the woods, and you can be out here by yourself or with your family and friends. You want to come out here and have a picnic? Well, you got picnic tables right over there.
And another reason this track appeals to people, a lot of people do not like going and putting themselves at risk solo. Out here, there's almost always a crowd hanging around the picnic tables, hanging around the viewing areas. So even if you come out by yourself, you're not necessarily alone. If there were to be an incident, a bike failure, an injury, there's someone here usually to help you to call for help.
It's got to be the safest off-road facility I've ever seen. The way the tracks are so well kept and groomed, and how they have the call boxes out here, and it's just really an incredible place. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this thing. Dual exhaust. It sounds incredible. It's one of the best sounding quads I ever heard. Wow. Look at the tires. You can go anywhere on this thing.
It's a beautiful place. So come here and enjoy with us.
It's a fantastic. How often do you guys come here?
First time.
Oh, it's your first time?
Yeah.
You in love with the place already?
Oh yes, it's beautiful. Come.
It's our first time here
enjoy.
too. It seems like so. You got the most incredible looking quad here. It's got like a snorkel on the front so you can go through deep mud and stuff. Wow, and the big knobby tires. That thing looks incredible. How is it riding on the back? Is it comfortable? It's comfortable on the back?
Yeah.
You even have a spot you can hang on if she starts doing wheelies. Looks like you're having a great time. Enjoy. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Actually from Connecticut, but we've been down in Florida since January.
Guys, if you've ever seen an ATV that'll rip your house off the foundation, this is it. Look at that hook. It's even got the hook. Hook it right to the foundation and just go. This is called Monster Mountain. It's a hill climb. Like if you can imagine a monster truck doing wheelies over this thing, that's what it is. And there's a circle track around the outside of it. So if you want to bring your monster truck here or your Jeep or your side-by-side or just huck it on the dirt bike, just send it. Did I tell you how beautiful it is here? My God, a blind man could see the beauty here.
You can't see into places, you know?
The trees are blooming. Spring is in the air. Eric, if you could do your life over, what would you do different?
If I could do it over, I would have been here 20 years earlier. I think I would do different in my life but once I got here, oh man, I just thought, why was I not here sooner?
I keep on saying to myself, how did I not know about this
How did I
place?
not know?
How did this escape my obsession with motorcycles? How could I miss motorcycle heaven? Don't overlook Disney on dirt, guys. Life is short. You're gonna be dead a long time. Get your butts down here. Look at this.
What do you want to bet those people
Would
that
you-
are trying to...
Would you just look at it? Just look at it. Around every corner, there's something absolutely freaking amazing. This is called the Redlands, and again, you got to see it to appreciate it because the camera's just a snippet. Look at this place. Look at this. Just look at it. My God.
There's so many little hits in and out in this little valley. It's
You can
unreal.
spend a whole day right here.
Right
This
here,
is just
you can spend a whole day.
and this is just 5 acres out of how many hundreds of I don't know.
Isn't it crazy?
It's just unbelievable. Look at it. Single track everywhere. Single track
Hill climbs.
hill climbs. Wow. Look at this. Look at this bowl here. Big giant bowl. Yeehaw!
That actually is pretty fun on the dirt bike.
Off in the distance, guys, there's the GP track with the elevation changes. It's like a national caliber motocross track in the middle of a national park. And dirt bikes, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides are all welcome out on the track. And there's no one out there today. It's Monday fun day. Come on Monday and have the whole place to yourself. And if there's 1,200 guys here, you probably won't know it because it's divided amongst thousands of acres and dozens of tracks and trails. It just occurred to me as we're riding along, there isn't in the entire almost country of New England, because it's a pretty big space, we don't have 16 tracks that you can pay to ride at. There's 16 tracks at this one facility. Which one is this? This is MX track number 5. You could camp right here for as long as you'd like. And they're opening a new, big super RV resort here where you can actually buy a site if you wanted to. I think you can buy sites or rent them. So, and you'll never get bored. This is just, I can't believe it. This place is literally, this is MX6 over here. This place is literally, this is track number 6. It's literally undescribable. I was trying to think of adjectives. I could say it's next level or whatever, but as Eric was just saying, it's words don't really do it justice, and neither can trying to capture a snippet of it with a little camera here. You gotta come check it out. 16 legal to ride on motocross tracks, well-groomed tracks at one facility is really just unheard of. There's nothing to compare it to. Yes, there's lots of great national tracks that might have a kids track next to it, but where are you gonna find 16 tracks and trails like this in one spot? It's just unbelievable. Look at this massive tabletop right here. Like 60-foot tabletop. Wow. This one's for bikes and ATVs only. Sadly, I have to go back to work. Luckily, I have a great job in the motorcycle industry and at the bike shop museum, but I feel like I need to stay here and film all these tracks. Junior, son, but I'll be back. Is that what I said to last week?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Guys, moment of silence. I know I've been rambling for 40 minutes here, but I can't control my enthusiasm. We just came out of the woods, and this is MX. What is this one?
This is the GP track.
The Grand. It is. Will you just look at it? Freaking beautiful. This track, we had to stop here for a second and film it. It is very picturesque. It is winter here, so all the trees aren't popping yet, but you can see the grasses coming out and the elevation changes.
Out or real choppy like some of this corner's getting. No, but maybe just enough it could use a little work.
I would think it's a 450 track.
Well, it's either or for me, because this isn't a dirt biker site to me. This is more for four-wheelers and side-by-side.
Yep, yeah.
So when I ride the bike around it, I'm really just doing it to check. But don't get me.
I told you guys it was a drag strip right here. This is a legit drag strip with a pre-stage port tree and timing and whatnot. So they do actual drag races here with pretty much all kinds of vehicles. Anything with an engine that you want to run down this thing, just send it. Guys, I'm on the tabletop, about a 70-foot tabletop for the Arena Cross track. Yes, they have an Arena Cross track here too, and a Supercross track. This track was designed by a father-son. The son was a pro Arena Cross rider, so they have the whoop section, they have the rhythm section, they've got the tabletop, they've got the finish line jump, everything you'd find if you're training for Arena Cross. So, but it's been recently remodeled by Eric to be a little bit safer and more of a an Arena Cross track that the average guy could take a whirl on. You know, you don't have to be a pro rider to clear most of these obstacles, and you're not going to get. It's a safer, more usable track. So now there'll be 10 guys out here at a time riding it on the weekends, when before it would be pro only. Now everybody rides a track, and it's a lot of fun. That's what it's all about here. Most of the riders that come here are, you know, B and C riders, average riders. You might get 1 out of 100 as a pro rider, but even for the pros, this track's a lot of fun. Guys, this is the pits right here. There's 2 pit sections. This is, what do you call this pit section here?
This is what we call day parking.
Day parking.
For riders that come just for the day, that aren't staying in the campground or on the property, this is where they'll come, park their truck, trailer, vehicle, whatever they come in, and set up kind of their little spot for the day, and then they do everything out of here.
Like this guy right here.
Good example right here. Obviously.
From here in the parking lot, you can see the Pee-wee track right there in front of us, which doesn't look like a Pee-wee track. It's the biggest Pee-wee track I've ever seen, but it's designed specifically and only for kids 13 and under. Out in the background there is the Arena Cross track, and then a little farther over is the drag strip, and right behind us, wait till you see this. Go.
All right. We're out here at MX2 at Off-Road Adventures at Durhamtown. This is one of our bigger, higher speed tracks. Really big jumps, high speed. I mean, and you can see right now we got a couple guys out there doing some work. We put a lot of time and effort into making sure all of our tracks are in good shape as consistently as we can. But right now, I would say this track is probably 9, or probably an 8 or a 9 on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as excellent condition. Take a look at some of the work the guys have already done. Take a look at some of the work they're doing.
You can send it. It's all beautifully smooth.
Oh, it's smooth, and like I said, high speed, big jumps. If you like to go fast and catch a lot of air, this is the track you want to ride.
And it's visible right from the parking lot here too. So if you're a spectator and you want to see some action, I mean, look at that jump right, the tabletop right there has got to be, how many foot is that?
Oh, that's probably 55, 60 feet.
And what's that big hill in the background right there? Is that a jump up, jump down?
That is another step up coming toward us. What we're looking at is the landing from a step up. And that's probably a 50 to 60 foot step up.
Wow. How big is this? Is that a step up right there?
That is a step up. That one in the middle where they're actually doing some dozer work right now. That one from peak of the ramp to top of the landing is probably 45 to 50 feet. But look at the run you get up the ramp.
It's 4th gear tap probably?
3rd gear tapped, 4th gear easy, depending on what bike you're on or your riding style.
Very cool. It's just a beautiful track for sure. This rich Georgia clay. Looks like it'd hook up like crazy. It's just been bulldozed. Nice and smooth, perfect for vet riders too. But there's some pro only jumps here, no doubt about it. Guys, did I mention they have a full hookup campground where it's big rig friendly? I didn't need to turn around. I just drove right in, drive-in site, 50 amp hookups, full sewer, water, everything right here at Durhamtown, and tons of sites. Lots of vacancies too, because it's Monday through Friday. When it's a race day, this whole area fills up and you can't move. It's like a national track. This is like going to Southwick on a Monday. There's no one here except for the diehards like us. Guys, we're pulling into the new RV resort they're building, which is under construction. It's 350 acres. How many sites do you think will they have
Oh
here?
my God, I don't even know.
We don't even know.
I would guess over 100, but I don't know.
Literally over 100 new sites. They'll all be full hookups, 50 amp, sewers, gravel. So, yeah, stay tuned. This will be up probably by the end of the year. I think they were shooting for July, actually.
Believe it or not, Tim, Mike's brother, found all these vehicles at the same spot, owned by the same, but he had to haul them all here. No,
These are just lawn ornaments they put up here.
that's kind of what they got them spaced out at.
That's Christine right there.
That is Christine, isn't it? Check out this old van.
That is cool. Guys, look at this. It's got a beautiful pond for fishing in the middle there, and there's going to be waterfront sites here. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. Isn't this just beautiful?
There's another pond. And then over there, there's another pond.
So there's three
ponds over here.
There's 3 ponds here. The site's going to be nicely landscaped. Look at the view. How'd you like to have your tailgate dropped over that?
Isn't that awesome?
This is going to be something when this is done.
There's just
The pond's already stocked with fish too,
Yeah,
so they'll be fishing here too,
Yeah.
along with hunting. You can see they've already begun the landscaping here for the pond, and they are stocked with fish. Again, it's a 350-acre site, just incredible. Wait a minute, there's a pond on this side too? Oh man, this is so much to take in here. It's just absolutely spectacular.
when I brought the Honda people.
Christy,
over here,
pick your site out. So
Yeah.
when the Honda factory team was here filming a few weeks ago, that little fire pit over there is actually where they set up to film, and they shot their little camping scene over. They had a Honda Ridgeline and a small camper. What a primo spot. But Christy and I have been looking for a piece of land down in Florida for a while. This is a little farther north than we wanted to be, but there is no other park like this anywhere in the country, and this is far enough south where they don't get snow. So we're thinking about maybe seeing if we can get a site here, either rent it or buy a piece of land out here, because I think they're going to be lots that they might be selling here. I don't know. I got to talk to Mike about it, but it's just what an incredible spot, and it's so quiet out here. We're way off the beaten path. The road's only a quarter mile up there, but and you can drive a semi in here, no problem. And it's waterfront on a beautiful pond.
I would park it right here.
It'd be mint.